Hey guys, welcome to this week's update. This one's going to be just a little bit longer than normal. I apologize for that, but there are several things that are going on with us getting closer to Christmas. Things get a little bit more crazy when it comes to our church-wide calendar. So grab a cup of coffee, get a bucket of popcorn, and endure with me, if you don't mind, through this week's update. This week we're kind of on schedule as we always are. We're going to continue in our study in the book of Hebrews, chapter 4 into chapter 5 this week. Our students are going to be leading in worship, and so it's going to just be a great opportunity to worship together. One of the big reasons why I mention that is because we're entering into the time of the year where weather plays a factor from week in to week out. We never know when we're going to have snow. We never know when we're going to have sleet and ice. And so I know that there's a chance of snow for this Wednesday as well as going into the weekend. Of course, it's not going to be much, but the reason I bring it up is because you'll definitely want to look at our church weather policy. It's been in the bulletin for a couple of weeks. We can get it up online for you guys. But basically, the way that we handle our weather around here at Coral Hill is we're not going to cancel unless we absolutely have to. And so for Wednesdays, the first thing that'll usually go is students or children, but we try to have worship if at all possible, just because we want to be together, we want to strengthen each other and equip each other. And so rather than coming to me saying, hey, are you guys canceling church? Just, keep your eyes peeled to WCLU, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, all those other areas, all those other social media outlets, because we'll communicate with you guys what the plan is ahead of time so you guys as a family can be prepared for whatever it is that's going to be coming our way that particular Wednesday or that particular Sunday. But as we kind of continue getting closer and closer to Christmas, not this Wednesday, but the next Wednesday is the 12th. That's the final night of Teen Kid, but it's also our student ministry Christmas party. And this is a time for us just to fellowship and hang out and have fun together. And so this time is going to be more fellowship than it's going to be of anything else. Some years we've done bring a gift. We're not going to do that. We want to spend as much time with the students as we possibly can. But we do ask that they bring just a little, small dessert dish. We'd love to have tons and tons of desserts for the students to be able to enjoy, just to snack on and to satisfy their sweet tooth if we can. And so that's the 12th. That's not this Wednesday, but the next Wednesday. Now, the following Wednesday after that, that's the Wednesday before Christmas, we're having our church-wide family Christmas service that night, where the students, the kids, the adults will all be in the sanctuary together. And so that obviously will be a night where we don't have student ministry worship, but we'll be in the sanctuary together. But the last two things I want to spend a minute on is our New Year's celebration and our parent forum. Our New Year's celebration will take place on the last day of the year, the last day of this month, and the reason I bring it up now is because we're making a change to what we normally do. Normally it's a lock-in, but because of the constant demand of getting adults and different things like that, we've decided to move to a different model this year where we're going to meet at 5, but we're going to go till 12:30. That's after midnight. And what we want to be able to offer to students is an opportunity to bring in the new year together, but it not necessarily be all night. Now, I've told them if they wanted to do an all-nighter, they can go do that someplace else. But this year we're gonna go till 12:30. Now, if that becomes an issue for parents where they say, I just can't come get my child, then we will provide transportation back to the house. And I say this with all the love that I can. There's a difference between saying I can't come get my child because I have to be at work or whatever, and I don't want to go get my child. So we ask that be something that you guys take care of. But if it is an issue, we are providing transportation back. But at the end of the day, we don't want that to be the reason why they can't participate. And so if it's an issue, just talk to us and we'll try to make it work the best that we possibly can. But that's, like I said, the last day of the year. We do ask that they bring $10. That covers basically the food that we're going to have for them. It'll cover the supplies for the activities and games. And so this is really the one in-house activity that we do a year where we ask for students to bring a little bit of cash to cover, because we try to cover everything else in a year's time. But then other than that, we've got our parent forum coming up in January. It's on January 2nd. It's at 6:15 p.m. and I would highly encourage every parent that hears this video to go and be a part of this forum. It's going to be co-led by Carrie Fisher and Jordan Woody, and we're going to be covering the topic of Christian purity. How do parents have conversations with their kids about elements of purity, like dress, like sex, relationships, things like that? How do we, speech, the way we handle handle ourselves in public? How do parents have those conversations with their kids? And the reason we're having this conversation at this parent forum is because it's ultimately kicking off our purity emphasis that will take place in February, where we're going to be offering for students a purity retreat. So it's all going to go together. And so this particular forum will be a breakout forum where the guys will go off and Jordan will lead that, and the girls will go off and Carrie and her team will lead that. And so that's something that you will not want to miss. If you find yourself saying, I struggle to have these conversations with my kids, this will be a great opportunity for you to voice that, but also to be able to hear counsel from other parents on how best to do that. And so other than that, that's all I've got for you guys for the week. Hope that you're enjoying this Christmas season. I know that it's really easy for me to get caught up in all the busyness of life, but just try to take a moment to enjoy what the Lord's doing and how the Lord has granted us the greatest gift of all, which is Christ. And so hope you guys have a great week in the Lord, and I look forward to hearing from you guys soon. God bless.